because now we are so connected as a species, essentially sharing genes and culture across the globe, that's going to work against sort of whatever biological evolution might be underway because of how we've changed our food supply and changed our relationship to infectious diseases and things like that. So anatomically and physiologically, I would say I don't think we've evolved much. You can see in certain human populations that are specialized to high altitude or certainly across to different latitudes in terms of with respect to how much sunlight they get, that obviously Northern Europeans and equatorial Africans, we all look differently because those are actually local adaptations, but those aren't fundamentally speciation events happening. So we've adapted to certain local climates, but I wouldn't say that it's as profound an evolution as what was happening, for example, in the early stages of the Ice Age. I think we should all feel very lucky to be here. First, as a species, for the reasons of understanding that things on the planet could have gone very differently. The asteroid, the ice ages, et cetera. But as individuals, as we've learned more about human biology, we understand really how lucky we are. And if you think luck is, just take your one in, and we'll mention a number in a second, that, our individual existence is a series of fortunate events. So, picture, a spherical object with maybe surrounded by lots and lots of, meteors, and there's an impact of just one, and then there's big chemical changes. Well, it turns out, I'm not describing the asteroid impact, I'm describing fertilization of an egg by a sperm. And in the fertilization of a single egg, there's about 100, in human fertilization, there's about 100 million sperm on average that could be contending to be the winning sperm that's going to then trigger the beginning of human development. And those 100 million sperm are carrying all sorts of genetic combinations from the father, and that one individual egg is carrying one out of about 8 million different genetic combinations from the mother. So when that one lucky sperm makes it and combines with that one egg at that moment, that's about a 1 in 70 trillion event, genetically speaking, that any two human parents could, if given this time and space, make about 70 trillion different genetic combinations of babies. So when you think about your own individual uniqueness, we all like to think how unique we are. Well, this is the fact that entitles you to think that way, that you are truly, unless you have a twin, an identical twin, you are truly genetically unique. And there will never, ever, ever be anyone like you ever again on the planet, or